power, all about your big business launch. This is Romy Neustadt, and I'm joined by my personal business partner and RFX Circle leader, Kim Krause. And Kim has done hundreds of these suckers with her team, and they are a proven tool to help you get an immediate return on your investment, get you closer to the bonus money on the table, and that coveted iPad. So this webinar is like one-stop shopping for you. It's going to walk you through exactly how to do these, and it's meant to be used in concert with a few important documents on our PBR team Google Drive account. Now, if you don't know what that is, well, you got to reach out to your business partner, because you should by now. Using these webinars in concert with those documents on the Google Drive is key for you to launch your business quickly, make it super efficient, and enable you to train your team regardless of where they live around the country. So let's get started. All right, let's talk scheduling your BBLs first. It's very important to calendar these launch events right away. You want to do your first within your first 2 weeks. Now, don't freak out. That's plenty of time. You will have enough time to get people invited, to get prepped, to learn how to talk about the products in the business. And we also want to make sure that you're not only scheduling that first one, but scheduling a second one really quickly thereafter. Some people have the second one within 2 days, some a week or two later. Here's why. As we're going to teach you later in this webinar, you're going to want to call people to ensure that they're coming to your event. Now, if they can't make it that Tuesday night, you're going to be able to say, oh, no problem. I'm having another event on Thursday. And there's a greater likelihood that that will fit in with their schedule and they'll be able to join you. And then, of course, we want you to do another one next month. Why is that? Well, if you recall, our preferred customers are on auto ship every other month. And if you have a launch event, one your first month, one your second month, and get PCs enrolled with you, you're going to ensure that you have that recurring PC volume every month. That's going to increase your security blanket for your executive consultant status. It'll be a no-brainer. You'll have at least $600 in commissionable volume in your PSL1B every single month. So what I want you to do is make sure you are taking out your calendar and plugging these dates in now. And then we're going to teach you how to execute them. But this is very important to understand. Your launch event, and you notice I'm saying event, I'm saying launch party. We are not a party plan, these are events. So please take party out of your vernacular. Your launch event is not the beginning of your business. I don't want you waiting to reach out to people about the business and the products until that launch event. It is yet another tool in your toolkit, giving you an opportunity to add more to your business. So imagine if you had at your launch event some preferred customers who were already deliriously happy with the initial results they've gotten from their products, and they can be real live testimonials for you. And you can also encourage them to bring friends with them so that they can help share the gift of good skin with their friends. And also imagine if at your launch event you actually had one or two business partners who joined you locally. Not only will they be able to help out and really be able to see firsthand how this is done, they can also invite prospects of their own to your event. Now that's a fast start. So to go over BBL goals, I want Kim to walk you through how to get ready for your event between your ears.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Romy. So let's talk about how you power up your earnings with your big business launch. What business do you know in your first 30 to 60 days that you can earn back your investment? Well, you can do that with Rodan & Fields. That's what I love about this. So they even, in your kit, you're going to receive this exact flyer, and it's called Pattern of Prosperity. And when you flip it over, it's going to show you a chart and exactly how you can earn back your investment from your BBL. Let's talk about how you do that. So what I like to use this for is when I'm doing a BBL with a newbie, I will even take it and put names. So, you know, the goal is we want to get a handful of PCs, at least 4 PCs, preferred customers from our business launch. We also want to add 2 new consultants. So what I like to do is ask my newbie, I go, who do you think is going to be a good preferred customer for you? And who do you think is coming to your event that you think would be interested in the business? So we set our strategy before the event even begins with the end goal in mind. So again, 2 new consultants and at least 4 preferred customers, and we jumpstart their business with a BBL. You can see right there on the bottom, you're a newbie and you are going to earn over $1,000 in your first 30 to 60 days with your Rodan & Fields business. But guess what? There's even more. We have an iStart program that's running currently where you can earn a free iPad. I know a brand new iPad costs $600 to $700. So if you follow this pattern of prosperity, within your first 30 to 60 days, your earnings could be close to $1,700 with your Rodan & Fields business. Now that is a very powerful way to start your Rodan & Fields business. So now let's talk about invitations and how you're going to invite people to come to your business launch. So we have everything put in place for you. We have something that we just added called Communications Corner, and it's on Pulse. And we have printed invitations that you can print off from your back Pulse office. Now, why is it important to print off invitations and send a mailed invitation versus an e-vite or an email? We don't recommend that. You know, in today's society, we are inundated with emails and e-vites. Wouldn't you agree? It's very special when somebody opens up their mail and they get a hard copy invitation. And we know that that works so much better than an e-vite. So we've provided that for you in your Pulse back office. So we highly recommend that you must send personal invitations to this event. The other thing, you know, we've noticed that Tuesdays, Thursdays, those are usually great times to do your BBLs after work. You know, Mondays, people are just getting into the kick of things and, you know, they're busy and they're just starting their week and they're overwhelmed. Tuesdays and Thursdays seem to work really well for a turnout. And sometimes Saturday, 10 a.m. in the morning is a good time to launch your business too. I always tell my new consultants, know your market and know when the best time for people to show up. And also we want to make sure that we make this event fun. So when they walk in, you want to make sure there's music playing and, you know, you have light hors d'oeuvres and you have a beverage and, you know, you're in a great mood and invite them in and they're ready to take place in your business launch. So here are some examples of some really nice invitations that we have in your Pulse back office. So if you go to your Pulse Business Development Library, you're going to see it under Flyers and RNF Apps Tools section. And you can see you have several different options to choose from. And these are wonderful to print off and, again, mail out the invitations to your guests to join your business launch.
Now, Kim, some of the people that are watching this may be thinking, wait a minute, I don't have somebody's mailing address that I want to invite. So you do have a couple options. If you have their phone number, you can call them up and say, hey, Jamie, I've got a really fun invite that I want to send you. Can I have your mailing address? Alternatively, if you don't have their phone number, but you really want them to come, you can always DM them on Facebook with the same language. Hey, I'm having a really fun event. I'd love for you to come. Can you shoot me your mailing address so I can send it to you? Now, if you absolutely positively can't get their mailing address, but you want to send them the invite, the way the Communications Corner is set up, you'll not only get a printable PDF, but also a JPEG. That's the electronic image that you can send through either a Facebook DM or an email. But for the love of Pete, promise us this one thing. You will not send out a huge blanketed Facebook invite to everybody with these cute invites as your image up in the corner. They do not work. I get an extraordinary number of them every single day from everybody under the sun. And guess what? I ignore them all. And your target audience will ignore them too. Thank you for promising. All right, so how to ensure people come. All right, now this is really important. You're just not going to send these suckers out and expect everybody to come. People are busy. They're getting a lot of invites. They need to hear your enthusiasm. They need to hear directly from you why you want them there. So here's what you're going to do. I remember from my days in public relations, we didn't just send out a press release to the media. You had to literally call up every reporter and producer and follow up on the pitch. It's the same thing here. So you're going to call all of your guest invites and say, I hope you received the invitation. It would mean the world to me if you were there. Or it'll just be even more fun if you're there. Or it really means a lot for you to support me as I'm launching my business, whatever language feels authentic to you. And then here's a little golden nugget for you. When you include the language, can I count on you to be there? There's something psychologically when you are saying to somebody you know, can I count on you? It lets them know that you're investing emotionally on them being there. And that's a great way to get their commitment. Now, I don't know why, but people sometimes don't RSVP at all. You don't hear from people. That's okay. Make sure to call everybody on the list and just ensure whether or not they're coming or not. Now, if they can't attend and they can't fit into that next business launch that you have coming up right away, go ahead and use this opportunity that you have to talk with them on the phone to pick their brain about your business. Well, you know, I understand you can't come, but I'd love to take a few minutes and just tell you what I'm doing. You know, I'd love to pick your brain about who you know. You might have some great fits, and of course, I would love to tell you about these amazing clinically proven award-winning products that we have. Use that as an opportunity to either talk to them right there or schedule a touch point, a coffee, a later phone date to talk with them. It's a huge reason. That's another reason why I want you to reach out to them. Now, the day of the event, this is a great trick. The day of the event, that morning, I want you to call back everybody who RSVP'd yes and either get their drink order or their cheese order. Let me tell you how this goes down. When you call people up and you say, hey, Janie, it's Romy. I'm at the wine store, and I'm so excited for tonight and that you're coming. I want to make sure I have exactly what you want. Are you a Cabernet or a Pinot or Chardonnay? What can I get for you? If you take their drink order, they are more likely to come. We can't believe how well this works. Now, if they don't drink or you're not serving alcohol, here's one that works beautifully. Hey, Janie, it's Romy. I'm at the cheese store, and I'm getting goodies for tonight. It's going to be so much fun. I'm thrilled that you're going to be there. But I got to know, I want to have exactly what you want. I'm getting some decadent stuff. Are you a Gouda or a Munster? What can I get for you? It works like a charm. If people know you've gone out of your way to get them exactly what they want, they show up. And then remind people when you're talking to them to bring friends. You know, bring a few people that you know, really fun, dynamic people who really might be interested in getting the best year of their life, and who knows? They might really be interested in what I'm doing now. And you can even offer a bring friends incentive. By doing that, you can say, oh, and I'll give you guys all free microdermabrasion paste treatments. You can hand out those little paste packets that came in your kit. Or we've had people do this very successfully. If you bring a couple of friends, I'll enter you into a raffle for a free full-size product or a bottle of wine or a Starbucks gift card. Or people have come up with a bunch of different things. Work within your budget and your price point. But it works. People love free stuff, and don't forget to ask them to bring more people. They love doing that. All right, Kim is going to teach you exactly how to be perfectly prepared for your event.
I always say there's a couple things that are the non-negotiables of a BBL, and these are a few of those. So without a doubt, you want to make sure that you are printing off your PC Perk order forms from your back Pulse office. And the thing that I really like to do, guys, is to make sure that I have them on clipboards with a pen. It just makes it so much easier that every individual guest has their own clipboard and a pen. They will actually carry it around, and when you're finished with your presentation, they're ready to place the order. So make sure you have your PC Perks. You also want to have your getting started options for people that are interested in your business, and I just slide those right under my PC Perk forms along with my consultant applications. The other thing that's really important is when you're closing, you always want to have that next event. So tonight, if you heard something that you're really interested in and you think that this may be a fit for you, well, Tuesday night, we always do a business presentation. It's going to take place at the Marriott at 7 p.m. So, you know, you have a flyer that they can take with them, physically take it, that they can know when your next event is. Now let's talk about products. You want to make sure that you've got a really nice product display set up, but I want to make sure that you always set your products up in the room that you're going to be doing the presentation. Because as you're doing the presentation, I like to do demos and pass lotion around and have people really be able to touch and feel the products and be able to see what we're talking about. It doesn't help if your products are in the kitchen and then your business presentation is in the living room. And that also at the end of your business presentation really kind of messes up the flow. So make sure that you keep your products right where you're going to be doing the business presentation, and you've got your videos all set up, ready to go. In your DVD, everything is set up. You want this immediately when people to walk in. You want it to look like success. So I want you to be prepared at least an hour to an hour and a half before your guests come in. So you can test those videos, make sure they work, whatever you're going to be using, whether it's a DVD or your computer, and we're going to be talking about that in a moment. Make sure you've checked all of your audio and that you're ready to go and that you look like success when they walk in the door. Not only does your space look like success with music playing, you also want to be dressed for success. You want to make this look like, again, that you are ready to go and you're launching your business. It's not make it look like, that's exactly what you're doing. So you want to be prepared when they walk in the door.
And I'm so glad you pointed that out about getting everything ready with ample time, and about music. Music is key. A lot of folks forget to play really fun, upbeat music. Obviously not while you're doing the presentation, but as people are coming in and mingling, and then to put the music back on after you're done with the presentation while you're closing the sales. That is important. And here's another thing, and for some people this may be obvious, but it bears noting. If you have pets, get them out of the house. You don't want dogs running through your BBL. And also, it's not the place for little kids. It will distract. This is a business event. So make sure that your space, your atmosphere is ready for it.
So now let's talk about the flow of your BBL. So one thing, too, that we just talked about that I didn't mention, I always want to mention you want to start on time, too. That's part of being professional. So if you say that your BBL is going to start at 6:30, then that's going to be the time that they're going to come in. They're going to do the solution tool upon entering. And we love that. You can have iPads out where they basically immediately when they walk in say, come on in, grab a glass of wine or grab a beverage and something to eat, and we're going to do a skincare analysis for you. We're going to show you exactly what the doctors are going to recommend for you. Now, let's say that you don't have an iPad or you're not set up to do that. You can actually print out a hard copy of the solution tool and put it on that clipboard and let them circle the answers so they know what products they're going to be using. I love doing this because before you even get into the presentation, your guests already know what the doctors have recommended, and they're really listening about that product or that regimen that was recommended for them. So it just makes it, makes it so awesome for them to know exactly what is recommended for them. So make sure that you have your station set up when they come in where you can do the solution tool, or again, have it printed out where you can find out the products that that's going to work best for them. So immediately, guys, when you're going to start, again, I want you to start on time. So if you put your event as 6:30, try to take 30 to 45 minutes, and don't start any later than 7:15. There's nothing worse than people that have to leave in the middle of your presentation because you didn't start on time to go put their kids to bed, or I've got to run, I've got to go. You want to respect people's time. So what you're going to do is you're going to start your business presentation, and you're always going to welcome your guests. It's going to go something like this. You're going to say, first of all, guys, I want to welcome each and every one of you and thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to be here tonight. It really means a lot to me that you're here to support me and hear about my new business and why I'm so excited to share it with you. Thank them for coming to your business. The next thing that I always do is I always set the expectation for the event. I think that's really important because, a lot of times people are coming to hear about products, but we're also going to tell them about the business. So I like to tell them that we're going to be doing that. So I'll say today or tonight, guys, you're going to get to learn about the doctor's clinically proven award-winning skincare that's giving people all around the country the best skin of their lives. And we're also going to briefly share with you our business model and why we're so excited to be working with Roedian & Fields. Okay, then you're going to tell your packaged business story and then transition right into the products. Okay, your package business story, again, that's something that you can pull out an outline out of your Pulse back office and make sure that you've gone over your package business story with your business partner. So it's going to launch right into that. And then once you do that, the next thing we're going to do is go right into products, okay? So you're going to say Dr. Katie Rodan and Dr. Kathy Fields are two of the most famous and successful names in skincare on the planet. They were trained at Stanford, as you know, and they created the best-selling acne treatment in the world, Proactive. So let's talk just a minute about the doctor's philosophy on skincare. And then you're going to tell them real quickly about the doctor's philosophy on the skincare. And then this is optional, guys. It depends on, again, what you're going to play at your DVD, but you're going to say, who better to tell you about the business than who better to tell you about the products than the doctors themselves? I love this new product video. It is absolutely fabulous. So you're just going to immediately click that doctor's video and let that video run through. Okay, and then after that video is played, they're really going to go through all of the products for you. You could then kind of do a highlight of the products. And I tell you, it's so wonderful. Romy has on her Google Drive, under the BBL, her Google Drive docs, you're going to see that there is a complete outline that tells you everything that you can talk about the products. You can just do a brief overview. Remember, the doctors just went through everything, but you can take the time to then do brief overview. You can do some product sampling at that point. You know, it's just a time to really talk about the products and have fun while you're doing it, okay? So after you've done the product part of your presentation, and everybody is just loving our lip serum because it's so demonstrable, and they're loving our microdermabrasion paste and all these great products, we're then going to transition into the business part of your presentation. So, you know, I like to just say again, now you've seen all of our, you know, products and see what we're so excited about. So now I told you we're briefly going to talk about the business, and we're going to talk about why I'm so excited to be doing this. So you go into exactly, you know, the doctors first launched this company in high-end department stores like Bloomingdale's, Henry Bendel's, Nordstrom's. And by 2007, we were the #1 clinical skincare brand in Nordstrom's. But the doctors figured out that they were selling because of word of mouth. So they took a serious look at direct selling. And in January 2009, they launched the company in this channel. The first successful retail brand to completely pull out of retail and go into direct selling. And now all of us get to profit from that decision. So who better to tell you about their vision than the doctors themselves? They are absolutely adorable. So now I want to introduce you to Dr. Katie Rodan and Kathy Fields. You click right on the DVD that came in your kit and play the doctor's videos. Okay, so after the doctor's video, I like to just do a quick overview of the 5 Ps. We all know what the 5 Ps are, right? So what we can say is, look, we've gone through the products. We understand that we have products that create life-changing results for your skin. And obviously, we have the presence of the 2 most well-respected doctors on the planet. We also have programs with this company to help us scale quickly and efficiently to build our business. And the thing that I'm most excited about is the profit potential is through the roof with this company. So now I'd like to take a moment and just introduce you to a few of my business partners. And this is where you can take the opportunity, guys. We have so many wonderful RFX videos. I want you to think about which video would resonate with the people that you invited to your event. If you've got a group of realtors, maybe it's mine. If you've got a former lawyers, maybe it's Romy's video. You know, we've got all types of videos that you can plug in and play, okay? So so after you do that and play the video, we're going to do a call to action, okay? We're going to also, you know, just kind of close with the business. We're going to say, you know, that some of you, after we've played this video, some of you may be thinking that you might want a piece of that $2.5 billion skincare pie. And others of you, maybe you're not sure, but we're looking for people to join our executive team as we launch our Rodan and Fields business here in Denver or wherever you're from across the country. You know, this is a turnkey business ownership, and you can create profit centers all across the country without having to build an infrastructure. No inventory, no shipping. You simply leverage the doctor's billion-dollar brand and tap into the resources of this multi-million-dollar corporation to start growing your own business and you reach out to your network. You help some people get the best skin of their lives, and then you help others do what you're doing to start a business. And here's the great part. Our compensation plan is considered one of the very best in the industry. And it's designed so people can earn right now money and become profitable in their first 30 to 45 days while building long-term residual income. So again, it's just getting them excited about your business. And then I'm going to tell them what we're looking for. So we look for people with all different backgrounds that are working with Rodan and Fields: accountants, business owners, teachers, stay-at-home moms, some with business experience, some with none, but those who are successful and have certain things in common. And we want to tell them what we're looking for. We're looking for self-motivated people who love people, who are fun, and that have 10 to 15 hours a week to create a substantial side income. And we'd love to be connected with the first few people who are coming to your mind. So anyone that's going to refer us tonight to become a consultant or a preferred customer, you're going to earn a free product. You're going to leave here with your own microdermabrasion paste. So again, I thank you so much for coming to for the business presentation. And here's the exciting thing. You know, we're going to talk about how you can get, you know, and this is where you're going to do the close. And here's the exciting thing. Tonight, you're going to be able to get your Rodan and Fields glow on. And we're going to go over some language in just a moment that's going to tell you exactly, you know, what you're going to say to get that preferred customers. So, and then, right, or actually, I can go ahead and go into it right now. Is that,
well, you know
is
what,
that after I go
what,
through
Kim?
the business? Yes.
Yeah, I want to jump in here because I just want to
Uh-huh.
make sure people understand a couple tools that they have at their fingertips. Okay, you heard how amazingly well Kim Krause has taken simple language to communicate to her BBL attendees. Don't worry. You may be thinking, I can't write fast enough to get exactly all these gems that's coming out of Kim's mouth. That's okay, because guess what? We have on the Google Drive for you an entire script of this. And of course, you can change the language around if you want to make it more your own, but it literally walks you through exactly how to do this, how to say it, and it provides you a very balanced presentation that talks about all the high points of the products and all the high points of the business and literally helps you bring it to a close. Now, another thing I want to point out is that you have a couple choices here of how you want to play videos for your guests, all right? You're getting a DVD in your new business kit. If you haven't already gotten the kit, it's coming, and it'll be right in there. Now, on that DVD, there is the doctor's business video where they do this fabulous fist bump at the end. There are these RFX videos where you can choose from the different folks. Now, the one video that is not on that DVD is the doctor's product overview that we talk about. I have the link to that product overview in the Google Drive under your BBL section. Now, if you really want to play that doctor's product overview, here's what we recommend. Instead of using the DVD, use a jump drive. You know, one of those little sticks you plug into the side of your computer, and download the doctor's product overview, the doctor's business video, and any RFX videos that you want to share. And you can just play them right from that jump drive. So it's super easy. Now again, the jump drive or a DVD can be put into your computer, and you can connect your computer to your flat screen TV with an HDMI cable, or a DVD obviously can be played on a DVD player, which at this point in time kind of seems really low tech. And also a jump drive. In many of the flat screen TVs, you can literally plug it right into the side in that HDMI input. So those are the different ways that you can use these videos. All right, so I'm going to go right here during the event, really remind Kim, what is it that ensures closing at this event?
Yes. Well, you know what, guys? Again, it's not a party. It's a business. And I can tell you, I've seen so many times where this has turned into a party. You know, I want to remind you that, you know, limit your guests, if you're serving alcohol, 1 to 2 drinks. If they walk in and you have a full spread of food and you've made dinner for them and you have all this alcohol and it looks like a party, it's going to become a party. This is a business, and that's why you want to treat it like a business. So that's why the flow is so important when they walk in, that you say, okay, grab a drink, grab an appetizer, and then we're going to do your solution tool. We're going to get started in about 30 minutes. You set that expectation for your event. And we understand that this works, and this is how these events become successful. Your guests are going to go with exactly the flow that you're going to create for them. So please remember, this is not a party. It's a business, okay? So keep it simple. We want you to keep the food simple. We wanted you to keep the drink simple. This, again, we don't want to break the bank and have people think it's a big party. Now, here's the most important thing, is assuming the sale at the end of your business presentation. Now, the one thing, I always coach my newbies on is, at the end, don't always say, okay, guys, there's more food in the kitchen, go to the kitchen. At the end, that's go time. That 20 minutes right after you have finished your presentation, I think, really is the most critical part of your BBL. And that's going to give you the opportunity to assume the sale. So again, it's going to say, tonight, you get the opportunity to get your Rodian and Fields Glow on. And I'm going to give you some language, and Romy's exactly right, guys. I mean, every bit of the language that you heard me just use is on that Google Drive document. Every single bit of it. Very, very simple, okay? But when you're assuming the sale, what does it mean to assume the sale? Well, I'm going to tell you how I assume the sale. One thing I do, first of all, is when I go through that, when they first walk in and they're doing their solution tool, I also add ancillary products onto their list. I circle. Instead of circling the price or checking in the box, I always just circle the regimen, or I circle the Essentials body line, the under eye cream. I circle the name of it. And why do I do that? Big reason. If you circle the price, it highlights the price. You don't want to check in the corner because that's their order form. They're going to check at the end what they want. So really, you've circled everything that you've recommended. And who are you to say that they just want one regimen? They could want one regimen and all of our ancillary products. So I'm always very liberal when I am, doing the solution tool, that I go, and you know what, you're going to love the eye cream. In our Essentials body line, it's absolutely my favorite. In the lip serum, you're just going to love this. And I also tell them, I'm circling all these things, but you're going to hear about the products, and you can decide once we're done exactly what it is that's going to work for you. So when I get ready to close it at the end, I go, and tonight, here's the great thing. You've heard about our fabulous business. But here's the exciting part. You're going to be able to get your Rodian and Fields Glow on. Our preferred customers love this program. Our preferred customers receive 10% off and free shipping on all of our products. So on your clipboard that you passed out, that's going to be all of our preferred customer pricing. So when you order your products immediately, they're going to be at your doorstep within 2 to 3 days. So it's $19.95 to become a preferred customer. And again, you're going to earn that $19.95 back with your first order from us, just with the free shipping and the 10% off. That's exactly why our customers love it. And here's the piece that you're really going to love, is that in 60 days, when your products are empty, you're going to be able to order your products from us every 60 days, and you're going to be able to choose exactly what you want every 60 days, and your products are going to arrive to you, and you're always going to be 10% off and free shipping. It's kind of like a Costco membership. And I'm going to be devil's advocate. Let's just say that you don't like these products, but I know that you are. You're going to love them. No harm, no foul. This can be canceled at any time. So we're all here to help you with any questions that you have. Now let's get you the best skin of your life. Okay, that's how I assume the sale at the end of a BBL.
Now, do you notice that Kim never once uttered the word retail? Yes, we have retail customers, but we don't say the word retail. We talk about our preferred customers. Why? Because it's a win-win, people. You've heard this before, products and customers. It's a win-win. Our customers get 10% off and free shipping. They get extra special treatment. And what does it do for us? Well, our PCs, we get retail profit, and it becomes part of our commissionable volume. It counts toward our PSL1Bs. We get auto ships. So we do the work once and get paid several times for it. Don't say retail.
And Romy, I'm glad you mentioned the word auto ship.
Yeah.
I always avoid using the word auto ship too, if you notice. I mean, I say in every 60 days when your products are out, you're going to be able to receive your products again. Every 60 days, you're going to be able to choose exactly what products you want sent to you. So I like to avoid that word auto ship. And I am telling them every 60 days you're going to be able to get those products. But those are two words that you definitely want to avoid.
Yes, remember that. Those are golden nuggets that we've learned through our experience. Just don't even say them. All right, so closing the sale. Kim, really, let's hammer this home. Let's remind everybody how to make sure they're getting the most points on the board for their event.
So we mentioned earlier that you're going to have loaded clipboards. Why does that work? Again, everybody has their clipboard. They're going to carry it. If they have a piece of paper, they're just going to sit it down. It's flimsy in their lap. I love to have a loaded clipboard with a pen, so they have everything they need right then and there to make that sale. That that they've got everything circled and they're ready to order from you. So you have your clipboards all loaded, and as Romy just mentioned, we're never going to use the word retail. And we're going to use our PC language, exactly the language that I just went over. Our preferred customers love this program, 10% off and free shipping. Okay? So, and we're here to answer all of your questions. So let's get to the best skin of your life. So you heard me just go through the preferred customer language. Now here's something, Romy, that I think is really important. So as I mentioned earlier, this is go time. This is when you're going to be closing the sales the last 20 minutes. I want you to make sure that when you're walking around talking to your guests and say, okay, which regimen are you getting ordered? And they're going to pull out their credit card and they're just going to start doing it. I tell you, that's exactly because you set everything up at this point for them to order. Here's a very important question that I always ask everyone that's in attendance. What did you like most about what you heard about the business? Or what did you think about the business? One thing I know, guys, if you don't ask that question, they are not going to tell you. They're sitting there intrigued, and you're never going to know what they think unless you ask them. So when you're sitting down asking them, tell me, what did you like the most about the business? They're going to say, well, it really did intrigue me. And you say, well, great, I'd love to give you some more information. Or let me tell you, how simple it is to become a consultant. Now, one thing that I never do, guys, I want you to remember that you are there to sell product that night. If someone is ready to sign on the dotted line right then and there and become a consultant because you've already previously spoken to them about the business and they know about it and you've clued them in and they're ready to get started, by all means, get them started. But if they're teetering going, I don't ever like the language, well, gosh, if you just become a consultant, look how much money you'll save. If they have a $400 order that they're ready to place. You are there to place that order. I place that order, and if they're interested in my business, I am immediately going to get them into a business presentation. Why am I going to place that order? Because you run the risk of losing both if you don't go ahead and take that preferred customer order. You can always cancel their preferred customer order if they decide to become a consultant within the next 24 hours. And guess what? A lot of people that I've worked with, they don't even cancel that preferred customer order. They keep it, and then they order a kit. So make sure that you're not, you want to assume the sale and get those orders unless they are ready because you have previously spoken to them to start their business. So very important that you ask everyone, what did you like most about what you heard about the business? You're going to be so surprised at how many people are interested in your business. That's also a perfect opportunity to ask for referrals. I'm going to be devil's advocate and say, well, you know what, this business is not for me. Then immediately you're going to say, well, who do you know that you think this is going to be a fit for? And I tell you, they will immediately give you some names. Because when you're using that closing language too, you heard me say, this may or may not be a fit for you, but think about who you know. Because if you give me some referrals, you're going to leave tonight with a microdermabrasion pack or, whatever you decide you want it to give away. And then also you want to always remember to promote the upcoming events. The last thing you want to do is when you close is to say, and also I just want to remind everyone that these are the upcoming events. And we'd love to invite you, and feel free to bring friends. So if you take all of these little bullet points step by step in closing the sale, I promise you, and I want you to deliver this with confidence, okay? So when it's done, it's again, not there's food in the kitchen. This is go time. I want you to remember this is a business, and this is the part that I always coach that is non-negotiable. Right here at the end. And if you learn how to do these tips and you present this with confidence, I promise you your BBLs are going to be a huge success, and your newbies BBLs are going to be a huge success, and you're going to be able to create incredible volume.
It's true, and that's exactly what you and your team has done over and over, Kim. Follow exactly what she's told you, and you will experience that same type of duplication. Now, two things I want to point out. Remember, you're using Clipboard. People are not entering in real time right at the event through your website to place their order. So once your event is done and everybody's left, enter those orders that night. Enter them that night. Now, you may not have a password that they've given you for their account. Remember, in products and preferred customers, I instructed you, if you're entering somebody's order for them, creating their PC account, pick a password for everybody. So everyone has the same one, so you don't have to try and remember 20, 30, 40 different passwords as you grow your PC army. So that's really important. Get them entered in that night. Once it's entered in, that product's coming to them, and your points are on the board. And secondly, if someone expresses interest in the business but is not ready to enroll as a consultant, right at your event, before they leave, I want you to have your calendar out, and I want you to schedule the next meeting, whether it's a phone call with just you, whether it's a conference call, the three-way call with a member of your upline, whether it's the business opportunity meeting you have the next day, whether it's a coffee date the next day. Get it on both of your calendars. Never just say, well, great, I'll follow up with you later. That's not how it works. With everything in our business, we want to schedule that next touch point, keep it 24, 48 hours apart, tops. All right, now what to do post-event. This is very important as well. Your launch event is not done when the guests leave the event space. Absolutely not. Here are some tips. We're gonna really get you to squeeze every bit of juice out of this event. I want you to follow up with everyone, even those who didn't show. For the people who placed orders, I want you to either send them give them a phone call, or even better yet, how extraordinary in our digital age to actually receive a handwritten thank you note in the mail. And I love to get it to my people before their products arrive. And for the preferred customers who have placed orders, in that handwritten note, remind them to take a before picture of their makeup-free face, well lit, don't smile, close-up photos of any areas of their face that are especially troublesome, because tell them, that's our marketing materials. When you send your before and afters into corporate or allow me to do so, they're going to give you a free regimen if they use them. All right, so remind them of that. Remind them also, follow the instructions that come in with your regimens and your products. The doctors have a method to their madness. These are active products that are really going to work, so follow the instructions. And then remind them that you're always there to answer questions for them, but thank them. Now, for those who didn't show up, promise me something else. I had you promise me already, a couple things, but promise me this. When you reach out to people who didn't show, don't make them feel badly that they didn't come. This is an opportunity for you to reach out to them and to create a chance to get your products and business in front of them. So here's what I always love to do. Jamie, it's Romy. Oh, I so missed you last night. I hope everything's okay with you. And then they'll tell you why they didn't come, and they'll give you their excuse. And then you'll say, oh, I totally understand, but we had a blast. It was such a success. I'm so excited. But I would still love to give you the opportunity to learn what I told the folks last night and become yet another one of my customers to get you the best in your life. Or I got to tell you, we had people last night that were really interested in the business part of this, and you maybe too, or maybe you can connect me with people who are. And if you had a business partner sign up, you can say that too. We had people that were really interested in the business. In fact, I added a couple of business partners, and I got to admit to you, I think you'd be amazing at this. So use that opportunity and either talk to them right then or set up a time to talk to them. All right? Now, also, this is a great time when you're following up with people to ask others to host the events or to give you referrals, okay? And remember, from our How to Talk to People webinar, there's language, very easy language. If somebody isn't forking over referrals right away, would it be helpful if I sent you an email synopsizing what I talked about and exactly who I'm looking for? That way you can send it to them and CC me. It'll take you 10, 15 seconds. And if you ask people to host events for you, tell them, and I've got some free product in it for you, and give them some product for opening up their network to you. And remember, as we've discussed in other trainings, when somebody's hosting an event for you, if you get some preferred customers, you're going to have those order forms. Before you enter them in the computer, I want you to look at your host and say, so tell me, are these folks coming in under me or coming in under you? You never know. You could get a business partner right there. Boom. She's got instant EC status. Now, also, if you haven't been totally coachable, at the beginning of this webinar, we said schedule multiple events. If you haven't, make sure after you're done, you schedule that other one. Make sure. And then all the folks that were still there, that came to the event and that didn't show up but you followed up with, all those people, if they are not yet a consultant on your team, they go in your drip file. What's your drip file? Those are the people you reach back to invite them to events as they're coming, to tell them about new product launches, to keep them engaged in the business, because what do we know for sure? No to the business doesn't mean no, it means not right now. You have no idea what's going to happen in people's businesses, in their lives, in their families. And even though you talk to them today, when you talk to them 4 or 6 weeks from now, it could be a whole different story, and they could be ready. Now, here's a question I'm sure you might be wondering if your business partner is out of market. How do I do this? Okay, first off, I want to tell you, don't worry. You can do this. Kim and I have launched dozens of people out of our market, oftentimes when they were the only person there in the whole market, the only RNF person. So this is designed to be totally turnkey. We've given you everything. You can get up and do this on your own. But let's say your business partner wants to be there, or you want them there. We're having huge success having business partners be a part of the event from afar through Skype or Facebook video chat or even speakerphone. Now, here's where that person gets inserted. You know when you're doing the transition to the business that Kim so beautifully displayed? That's a great time to have your business partner. Well, you know, I want to introduce my business partner to you. She is in Louisville. We get to be here in Seattle, but she's in Louisville. And she's coming to us via Skype. And this just shows how you can grow this business anywhere and tap into technology to have a national biz. So your business partner, your upline, will chime in and say, hey, I'm so thrilled to be here, and thank you so much for supporting Kim today. I want to tell you a little bit about my background, and she'll tell her business story. And then she'll walk through the business part of it, and she will literally do the ask. She will bring it to a close. And then what's been really effective is that person will stay on standby. You can disconnect, but stay on standby. And, you know, when I'm on call, if you will, for an out-of-state newbie or an out-of-town newbie, I will literally stay by my computer, my phone, just doing other work. And if they have a question that the new consultant can't answer, or if they want to talk further about the business and the newbie is doing all of that product stuff, they will dial me back in. And I have closed business that way. If there are product questions that the newbie can't answer, I'll do it. So it's wonderful. So just make sure you get on your business partner's calendar and practice the technology first. It's super easy, guys, and I'm not a technological whiz, and neither is Kim, I can tell you that. And it's easy to do it, all right? Now, the other thing that we're seeing over and over in markets, upline, downline, and crossline help. What does that mean? So if you're in a market, there are other consultants. It's not uncommon for you to be able to have somebody else either on your team or even outside of your team, crossline, help out with your event. Now, here's the trick. You want to make it good for that person too, so allow them to invite prospects as well. You want to make sure that it's a win-win. But we work collaboratively all the time together. So if you don't know somebody in your area, use the Facebook groups to communicate. Hey, is there anybody else here in Van Nuys who can do this? Or help me out with a BBL, or reach out to your upline and they can help you find somebody. But honestly, don't be afraid to fly solo. You can do this, right? So that's it, gang. That's it in a nutshell. That is how to successfully launch your business. Again, I encourage you to go to the BBL section on the Google Drive, grab the documents we have there for you, practice the language, feel comfortable. You don't have to be perfect. The other thing I want to leave you with, remember this. You're going to invite tons of people. You're going to over-invite. I mean, you're going to invite so many people because guess what? People are busy and there may be conflicts. They may not be able to come. But every invitation you send out is another reason to be able to pick up the phone and talk to a live person about your business. That is going to help move your business forward. In addition, by over-inviting, you still will be able to ensure that you have a good group there. You know, you'll have perhaps 7, 10, 12, 15 people. But I also want you to understand that if only 4 people show up or 5 people or 6 people, don't feel badly. This is one instant, people, where size doesn't matter. It's not what size it is, it's what you do with it, okay? If you have 4 people show up, imagine. You get 3 sizable preferred customers and 1 consultant out of it. That's a huge success. That is a big success. So don't be dissuaded if you have a handful of people. Really treat those people like gold. Close them, assume the sales, do follow-ups, and really work your call-down list for the folks who couldn't be there. So on behalf of Kim and myself, we are wishing you a very powerful launch to your business. Go get them.